Hey yo, it's July the 2nd, 2017, and recently we started a video series pertaining to losing weight or weight management, losing body fat in particular. As you can tell, at this point in my life, I'm not really having any problems with it. In fact, I'm getting down to the nitty gritty of things. I'm really figuring out the solutions, I guess you will, for people that have a lot of sort of different problems when it comes to losing their body fat and stuff. Alright, so we've been detailing these sort of things over the past couple of videos. And we're still right there in the beginning. Alright, we already discussed intermittent fasting, and some of y'all might be out there giving that a shot. Alright, feel free to do that in baby steps at your own pace, however you like. You will see results. Alright, now we're moving on to a second topic, and the thing is, what I gotta explain is this whole thing. First of all, like I said, it's not going to take effort. You're going to notice there's no real effort involved. There's no willpower involved either. And in fact, this whole series of things that we're going to discuss is all going to be quite simple as well. There's not going to be anything overly complicated about it. However, right here in the beginning, it's going to be extremely simple. None of these are going to be real drastic changes to your lifestyle. But I do feel like they're a good place to start, in that you will instantly see results off of this sort of thing. Alright, so number one, we covered intermittent fasting, which begins at the beginning of the day until, you eventually break down and you have to eat. Everybody's going to eat. Feel free to eat when you get hungry, alright? Second thing that we're going to go over is water. Now, I don't know about you, but pretty much everywhere I go, people seem to be absolutely amazed at the amount of water I drink. Just amazed by it. Like, I hardly ever meet anyone who drinks the same amount of water as me. Meanwhile, shoot, I basically drink what I would guesstimate is about the amount of water everybody should drink. So, chances are most people out there, they don't get enough water at all. And the thing is, that's actually going to be pretty damaging and pretty destructive. If you're trying to lose weight, that surely ain't gonna help you. You need to put water through you. Alright, a lot of people, especially ladies, will get worried about water weight gain. For the most part, and I know there's exceptions, do not worry about that. Alright, you need to get water up in you. Alright, you desperately do. Especially in particular if you're out here in Texas, like in this hot Texas sun, this West Texas sun out here. If you're out in the sun, well, you definitely need to get water up in you for sure. Alright, that's not even a negotiation. I can't imagine how many people have died miserable deaths out here in the Texas desert because it will beat you down. I'm not saying it's the hottest place in the world, but it's not a joke. You need to put water up in you. Not only that, and we'll cover this more, I guess, a little bit later, is if you do get the amount of water that you should get in you if you're out in the sun, because it will cook you. It will cook the water up out your skin. Your skin is like 70% water. It's going to cook all the water up out. Alright, you need to absolutely be getting a lot of water. Alright. That's mandatory, but at the same time, you do have to take note of the fact is that water is something of it chelates the body in certain ways. I mean, it detoxifies. It will draw all sort of minerals, all sort of bad stuff and good stuff up out of your body. So if you are drinking massive amounts of water, or if you're drinking as much as I do, you might want to think about the fact that you're washing away all your minerals, and that's important too. We're going to discuss that probably in further detail on a subsequent video and stuff. But like I said, most people, especially people around here who I know, they try to stay out of the sun and stuff like that. I think the sun is pretty healthy, and we're going to discuss that in a different video. But they try to, stay inside. People around here, if they don't work outside, they get their ass inside in the middle of the day. They get away from that sun, whatever they can do. The thing is, if you are out in the sun, yeah, you're gonna need water. But even if you're not out in the sun, it's a good idea to drink water. Now, I say that all to say this. A lot of people, they don't like the taste of water, maybe, or the fact that it doesn't really have a taste. And at the same time, there's a lot of people out here who have not gotten their bodies used to water. Just for example, if you're out here in the desert, you spend enough time out here without anything to drink, you get some water, and that's going to be the most delicious thing you ever had in your life, right? And your body will tell you just how much you need water, how much it expects, by the fact is whether or not you like the taste of it. If you're dying of thirst, you're going to love the taste of water. If you're not dying of thirst, let's say like you spend a lot of your day inside, indoors, air-conditioned rooms and stuff, you're not dying of thirst. you don't have a history of drinking a lot of water and keeping water flowing through you, what I had to explain is that your body has become used to not getting any water. Whenever it gets water, it clings onto it for dear life, all right? And so therefore, like if you were to try to drink a lot of water, you're not really going to like the taste. Your body's going to be telling you, look, bro, I'm good. I got 2 ounces of water, and I'm going to make it last for the rest of the week because that's what I've been trained to do. You're not going to like the taste of water. See, that's what gets in a lot of people's way. All right, and we're about to get past that right now. We're about to get all past that whole deal. You don't like tasting water, and so you can't drink enough. Here's a tip that I want to give y'all out there. I want to talk to you about tea. It's actually pretty dang important. Tea. It's something good to use right now. In this instance, there's other things that you can use, but me myself personally, I use tea. All right, this is what I do. All right, and this works for when you're out in the sun or anywhere else. You take a bottle of tea. Now, me personally, I usually use this stuff. Get it from H-E-B. Notice that not only is it tea, but it's lemonade too. You can use whatever you want, obviously. I just want to point out an example of what you could use, and you can get this if you're accessible to H-E-B. You can get you some of this. And not only is it tea, not only is it lemonade too, but they also put pomegranate in it. Pomegranate, and that's my favorite. So that's what I get. I get this tea. Now, I have to explain something for y'all out there. Most of the world, when it comes to tea, what they'll have is what's called spots of tea. Like you get a little tiny teacup and drink it, and it'll be warm, and it'll fill you all with caffeine, and you'll get wired off of it. All right, most of the world, that's what tea is. But what I gotta explain to you in places like Texas and Georgia and things like that, tea is something most of the time that you make cold. It's called iced tea. Alright, and so people who are used to this kind of weather and it gets pretty hot and muggy, they'll drink down iced tea, they'll guzzle it, because you understand that the hot summer sun will make you extremely thirsty. So they'll get the tea, it's got great flavor and stuff, and they'll guzzle it down, they'll guzzle tea by the damn gallon. And before we go any further, I do have to explain to you, that is a very, very big reason. It has a lot to do with why diabetes is just overflowing up out of us. You drink enough of this right here, you don't get that diabetes, because more often than not, the tea is absolutely crammed with sugar. Crammed to the gills with it, with sugar. I mean, this right here, what I'm pointing to you right now, that's tea. Right? This is something that people guzzle down here. Right? Because it's so hot, they get very thirsty. But what I gotta explain to y'all is that's actually a terrible, terrible idea. Because not only do you surge yourself full of caffeine, now you're just absolutely bursting at the seams with caffeine. But not only that, most of the time they put all sort of sugar, they cram sugar in it. And so basically what you're drinking, what I gotta explain to you, most times when you're drinking, say, sweet tea, iced tea, what you're drinking is syrup. And that's what we've been trained to drink, syrup. Alright, like for example, I've worked in food service for a long time. You know that when you go to the soda fountain, it comes out of a tube, a long plastic tube, and at the end of that tube is a bag of syrup. Soda pop, but it's syrup though. What they do to that bag is they add water and CO2 to it, and then you drink it. Alright, so you add water to that syrup and stuff, and then you drink it when it comes to soda pop. But what I gotta show you as far as tea goes is there is no adding nothing to it. You're drinking syrup. Alright, hence the diabetes. Hence, that's why, in these places with all this iced tea, you're going to get diabetes. Alright, that's a very long explanation to show you what it is that I do right here. If you notice right here, and I don't know if you could tell just how much iced tea is left in this bottle, alright? It's hard to get the angles right. It's not much. It's like a corner of this iced tea / lemonade pomegranate. I mean, you can use whatever you like. This is just an example. There's really not much to it at all. There's not much left. If I had to guess, I'd say it's about 1/10 of the bottle filled with tea / lemonade, and it's pomegranate up in it. Now what I do, and what's a great idea to do, is you go ahead and take this, what's left of the tea in this bottle, and you fill out the rest of the bottle with water. And I'm about to do it right now, just so that you can see, these angles, it's hard to get, just so that you can see what it looks like. Hold on one second. Alright, so I went ahead and I filled the rest of the bottle up with water, alright? And as you can tell, you can still clearly see that there's tea and lemonade, and there's something in there. What I gotta explain to you is this bottle is mostly water. I don't remember how much in it. This is 64 fluid ounces of basically mostly water. Pretty much all it is water, and there might be like 5 or 6 ounces of tea and lemonade. Alright. You notice that when you make this concoction, it's mostly water, but however, you do get the good flavor of the tea lemonade concoction that you made. You'll still get all the flavor. You'll be able to taste the flavor every time you drink it. However, most of what you're drinking is water. All right, it's a way to kind of trick yourself, I guess, to getting acclimated to water, because I know you don't like the taste of it. So make a good taste instead. Put some tea and some lemonade. You don't have to use much, because you don't want to be drinking a lot of tea and lemonade. All right, it's full of sugar and stuff, get you diabetes. All right, just drink a little bit and drink mostly water. Now, you might already be aware that there are products on the market that are extremely watered down for that very reason, in order to keep you hydrated. You can go to the store and find products that are already pre-mixed. What I gotta explain to you is that whole idea is stupid, because you're paying exorbitant amounts now for people to put watered down substance in your drink, and then you drink it, and you're paying for that. That's not a good idea. All right, if you're trying to save money and stuff like that, that doesn't make sense, because now you're paying for water. What does make sense is that you go ahead and mix it yourself. You save all sort of money. Not only that, you stay very well hydrated. And as far as these little tiny bottles, these handheld bottles that people walk around with thinking that they're doing something hydrating, that doesn't do a damn thing. That's not going to get you hydrated for nothing, dude. If you're going to be out in the Texas sun or something like that, you better be drinking a 64 fluid ounce bottle of, your own sort of concoction. Not only that, there's all different products on the market meant to trick you. Like, for example, a lot of people they might see this video and think, oh, I'll just run to the store and I'll get some Gatorade packets, or I'll get some of that Crystal Light and stuff, and I'll pour it in the bottle, and I'll just cheat and whatever, and I'll just do it that way because it's more convenient. And it's like, dude, first of all, you don't have any clue what's in the Gatorade. You have no clue what's in the Crystal Light, and if you did, you wouldn't buy it. All right, it's kind of stupid. When it comes to this, is why I suggested something like this. It's an organic tea / lemonade, because here's the reason. I know every last ingredient in the tea / lemonade. Every last ingredient, you know what I'm saying? There's a power to that. There's a power into knowing what you're putting in your body and knowing that it's all beneficial. It's all for a purpose, right? And at the same time, you're getting super hydrated. You know everything that's going into your body, and at the same time, you're saving mad money. All right, so much money. And you're going to notice that everything we do as far as losing weight here, as far as maintaining weight, you're going to notice that everything basically is healthy and responsible. Not only that, we're going to save loads of money, dude. I never had money spent on this kind of stuff. All right, so it's a win-win. It's a 360 win all the way around. All right, so anyways, that's another tip, and I'm going to have lots more tips for y'all. In order to help you save money, lose that weight, look however you want to. The ball is in your court right now. I'm saying the power is in your hands, right? You decide. You decide whether or not, you want to be lied to out there by people who want to take your money, or if you just want to just go ahead and start doing it the easy way, start doing it the cheap way, start doing it the smart way and stuff like that. It's up to you. Anyways, it's the tribulation, by the way, July the 2nd, 2017, and health is going to prove to be absolutely crucial. So I'll holler at y'all.